We're joined today by Ian McKill from Riders Edge Suspension, and one of 3 bikes that Ian's built up for the Vernon Snow MX crew this year. Thanks for having us in today, Ian.
Thanks for the opportunity to put together some really neat toys for you guys this year.
Let's maybe have a look at this platform and walk us through front to back. Let's start with the power plant first, and then let's work our way back to the track.
Sure. We've chosen a 2017 FC 450 motocross bike from Husqvarna. It is their flagship motocross bike. It is the lightest, most powerful power plant that they have, and it makes a formidable snow bike.
So looking at the track kit here, Ian, we've chosen the 137 this year, and as you know, last year we rode a short track.
Yeah.
Maybe talk a little bit about what we're going to see, the differences.
So with Timbersled, we have 2 choices of track lengths. We have a 120 or a 137. In our local mountains, in our climate, or where the riding areas we frequent, the extra footprint is really going to be beneficial. Those deep snow days, a lot more flotation out of 137, and it's my choice. I find them fun to ride.
Lots of horsepower, lots of footprint. This thing's going to be a party in the mountains. You know, Ian, we've made some adjustments, some tweaks. We've added some aftermarket items to these bikes to make them better suited to winter riding. And we know that our viewers can go to the snowbikeshop.com and look at individual videos on each product that we have posted. But maybe just give the viewers a quick walkthrough of what we've done and why we've done it.
Sure. Yeah, well, let's start right at the top here with the handlebars. We've come up with a top handlebar bar mount assembly that performs more than one function. It holds our handlebar on, but it also ties into our aluminum wraparound handguards, and right front and center, easy for us to view, is a coolant temperature gauge, so we can monitor our engine temperature at the same time. Below the handlebar mount, we've got our offset handlebar riser. So what we notice going from dirt to snow is that it's nice to get your weight a little bit further back on the chassis, keep the ski light maybe a little bit more weight over the track. So we've made a handlebar riser that not only brings the bars up a little bit, but also brings the handlebars back. And in the case of the 2017 Husqvarna, the factory bar mount is rubber mounted. So in the case of a tip over or an incident, you might have crooked handlebars. We've made our lower bar mount an aluminum cone assembly, so a little bit more durable as well.
Mm-hmm. We got some pretty fancy rad guards to have a look at too.
Yeah, so we learned a few years ago that if we just run the plastic radiator louvers, that throughout the day they'll ice up and become just a block of ice, and then we lose airflow altogether. So we could actually have a situation on our hands where the bike's actually running too hot. So we've gone with a radiator guard that not only offers protection to the radiators, but actually mounts physically to the rad, and there's some heat exchange. So when the hot coolant comes into the top of the radiator, it'll melt the snow off the top of the rad guard. So we've protected our radiators, we've added some fancy looking bling, and we're allowing airflow to pass through the radiator, which is important too.
Keep that pony breathing.
Yeah.
How about down on this side? We've got a couple of nice pieces to have a look at.
Yeah, down near where our feet are, we've got some fancy foot pegs, and they're a little bit larger than stock. They've got nice grippy stainless steel set screws. They have titanium collars, and they're actually bring your foot peg down and back by ½ an inch. So when you have your big bulky snow boot on, it's easier to get at your shifter.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of which?
So speaking of which, we have an extended shifter tip, which is much larger than stock. Once again, with your bulky snow boot, easier to shift.
Absolutely.
So this motocross bike doesn't have a factory headlight. We've added an 1100 lumen 6-inch light bar and our own snowbikeshop.com light mount, which is really clean and easy to install.
Mm-hmm. So why do we run a thermostat on this bike?
The motocross bikes don't come with a thermostat, and it's really important that we add one. Otherwise, this engine will never reach operating temperature out in the backcountry in deep snow. So we install a thermostat that we make locally here, and it takes the hot water out of the cylinder head, reroutes it back to the engine before the cooling cycle of the radiator. So help to build optimal running temps.
So we've got a pipe guard on this. It serves a couple of different purposes, really.
Yeah. It'll protect your expensive pants, and in the event of you being under your motorcycle in an awkward position, it'll prevent you from being burned too.
Absolutely. So what are the benefits of these seal savers that we have?
The benefits of seal savers are numerous. It'll keep the ice from building up of your lower fork tube and actually going through your fork seal and possibly cutting your fork seal. For those of you that put your bike on a trailer, road salt is actually going to attack those chrome tubes, or even on the top of your deck, or possibly even in the back of your truck. So we're keeping the elements off of that precious chrome on the lower fork tube. We're trying to keep the seal life or seal integrity in place, and looking good while doing it.
Road salt especially, it's been an expensive repair for us in the past.
Yeah, so the road salt will wreak havoc on those chrome tubes.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for having us in today. Do a little tour on this bike, front to back. And just wanted to make note as well, if any of the viewers are interested in the hard parts that we've talked about here today, they can definitely come in, have a chat with Ian and his crew, and they'll hook them up if they're local. If you're not local, check out the snowbikeshop.com, and Riders Edge will ship direct to your house. If you enjoyed today's video and are interested to see what we're up to this winter, check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/Vernon Snow MX. Thanks, everybody.